Hey everybody, today I am doing a Halloween versus breast cancer awareness look, and I chose this look because it was so many votes for Halloween and then so many votes for breast cancer. So when I actually found out how many it was even. It was 50% for breast cancer and 50% for Halloween. So I chose to do a mixture of it. Also, yes, I am outside. It is October. I wanted to feel the breeze and feel the leaves. And that little key kind of cute, little rhyme, little cute. That was cute. But today we are going to talk about my testimony with breast cancer. At the end of 2018 to the middle of the year of 2019, I started having various signs of breast cancer. In my right breast, I had 3 medium lumps, and in my left, I had 2. I began to panic, worry, stress out. I became depressed. And when you're going through something like that major in your body and you stress out, that makes it worse. So I started seeing my nail color change, my natural nail color change to a slight yellow. Then it became a little darker yellow. And I always wanted my nails done or polished. Or honestly, my right toenail on my big toe, it became like fungus underneath. It started to not grow right. It became discolored. It was a lot of things that I was going through in my body. I felt sick when I walked. If I felt any heavy motion, it would bother me. And I went through this for 3 months straight by myself with nobody knowing. 3 months straight is because one, I didn't want to call it breast cancer. I did not want to speak that over my life because words are powerful. I didn't want to tell nobody. I literally went through it for 3 months straight by myself. So I began to research. I began to watch videos on how to get rid of it. What is it? And all it was, people just kept saying on the research and the signs that I read in the videos, breast cancer, breast cancer, breast cancer. And I'm like, yo, my family don't have a history of breast cancer. So where is this coming from? And I knew the more that I stressed, the more that it became worse. So at night, I literally could not sleep. For 3 months straight, when I say at night, I could not sleep. I would stay up all night, get myself tired, and then the next day, do the same thing over again. Because I could not sleep. It took control of my mind, get along my body. When I was in the car, I would try my best not to sit with my arms folded, covering my boobs, because over every pothole, every dent, whatever it was, speed bump, it hurt just to even go over it. And I finally told my mom I need to go to get a mammogram and I need him to scan my chest. She was like, what's wrong? And I told her I have 3 lumps in my right breast, and my left breast I have 2. And she began to ask questions. I told her I went through it for 3 months, and she said, you should have told me before we can know how to pray and this and that. And I didn't want, of course I wanted to tell her, but I didn't want to because she's my mother. You don't want your mother to stress. You don't want her to worry. You don't want to put more on her plate. So all that was going through my head, you guys. Like, should I tell her, or should it just be me and God? When I finally told her, I went to my appointment and I went into the OBGYN at the office and I said I need a mammogram. They was like, how? When I say, they was so rude, I was afraid to even say that I needed that, because I know you really don't get them until you're older unless you're really going through breast cancer. So I went in there and kind of whispered it. It was a full office. I said I need a mammogram, and they was like, well, how old are you? I mean, you don't really get those. Why are you in here? I mean, da 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 da. And I'm like, I'm having symptoms and signs of breast cancer, so I need to be scanned. I need to get checked immediately. Okay, well, how long you been going through this? And da da da. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, if you don't do this right now, I'm gonna go off on you. That's how I was really feeling. But I could not, because I did not have the strength. I needed help. I wanted to stay calm. And I did not want to match her energy. Because if I would have matched her energy, it would have made my body feel worse. So I stayed calm. Then as I finally went back into the doctor, and it was a dark room. I was expecting the room to be all light, bright, just to make the client, the customer, feel better. It was all dull, spaced out. It was a bed with a scanning machine, a big screen, and just a monitor, like something spooky. That's why I chose to also mix these looks, because there's really a lot that is scary about breast cancer. But then again, there's nothing scary when you are a survivor and you go through it and you survive. But the scary part is going through it. So that's why I chose to put these mixtures together for this look. A Halloween look, because Halloween is scary, spooky. Everything I went through that time frame, it was scary. I was scared. It was spooky. Nothing but negative signs I was receiving. Just nothing positive. So that's why I chose to mix these looks. But as I went into the room, you guys, like, I was nervous. I was afraid, or I didn't know the procedure or what was going to happen. And the doctor said, just lay down. And then she started asking me questions. Well, when did you start feeling this? Well, why did you wait so long? And yeah, I understand. I have a couple of members in my family that has breast cancer. And in my head, I'm like, no, you're not speaking that over me. You're not. You may be the doctor, but you ain't my doctor. My doctor is God above, period. So I was thinking all that in my head, trying to be positive, trying to pump myself up. I was thinking all that, you guys, and she said, here, I need you to get undressed from waist up, and then I'm going to come back in the room in a few minutes when you're done, and then we're going to take pictures, we're going to scan it, and we're going to see what the process is, okay? And I said, okay, yes, ma'am. And the whole thing of me getting undressed, the thought of it, I know, of course, you have to do that with doctors and you ain't got no choice. That's what you do when you go get checkups and stuff like that. But I felt so uncomfortable just to know that my boobs was about to be exposed and about to be inside this machine, and it's about to squeeze, and you about to take pictures of my boobs. It was so much going on in my head. I was afraid. Again, I was scared. I was nervous. And she finally came back in the room and she was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she is really positive. But that's the energy I need, because I didn't have none of it at all. And we took the pictures, and the whole scan machine of actually putting your boob inside the machine, it hurt. It really hurt. She said, I'm sorry, if it's not at this pressure point, I'm not going to get a good scan. We're not going to be able to see the pictures of the lumps. So she finally got the pictures done. So I'm sitting there in pain more than what I was before I walked in. And she got the picture and she was like, yes, wow, you do have 3 lumps on this side and 2 on this side. And she finally got the picture she needed. She said, okay, we're going to send this into a higher doctor. You'll get your results back within 2 to 3 weeks. All I did was say, okay. But in my head, I'm like, 2 to 3 weeks? That means I got to go through this 2 to 3 weeks and still be in pain and don't know what's going on in my body? It was so much like my inside feelings was yelling at me. Yet alone, still trying to hear what she was saying. But when I heard my inside thoughts, like 2, 3 weeks, it sounded like all she was saying was, off of, I'm trying to be positive and trying to stay cool right now because I'm on edge from crying, y'all. I'm on edge. I am on the edge from crying. I got tears in my eyes, you guys. Off of, ATL, the movie, when the teacher was talking, all he was thinking about was something else. Yes, that's how I felt at that moment. And I literally left the doctor's office. I told my mom I gotta wait 2-3 weeks. And my mama was like, 2-3 weeks? Wow, Jazz, okay. She said, you know what we gonna do? We gonna pray. And that's all we gonna do. We gonna trust God. You're gonna be healed from this. And in my head, I knew that was what I needed to hear. But that moment, it was like I didn't feel none of that. I already knew I was already going through it. My mind was going back from negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Negative thoughts to positive thoughts. To know I'm healed. I'm speaking life over my life. and that's it, to no, I really got all these symptoms when I look at my body, I'm sick, da 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 da. I was going back and forth for a good couple of days. But once I found out my mama and my sister was praying for me, I felt the results changing in my body, y'all. I felt the results. They was the only two people that knew. I felt the results in my body changing. The lumps in my chest began to come smaller. They wasn't as painful. Yes, it still hurt when we drove over potholes and stuff, but it wasn't as painful. And it was one night I was just laying there trying to stay calm, trying to be positive. And my sister, she sent me an instrumental link from YouTube. And to this day, I'm so upset at myself that I know I saved it, but I like so many things on YouTube and people, other channels, and subscribe to their channels. I don't know where the instrumental is. Soon as she sent me that instrumental, it was like 10, almost 11 o'clock at night. I was just laying there trying to go to sleep. She sent it to me, and it was a gospel instrumental with multiple scriptures on it. Some of the scriptures, it was read, and some of them was you read them yourself. And when I say each scripture I saw, each scripture I read, it was applying to my life, how I was feeling, what I was going through, what I was thinking, and what's the outcome if I keep thinking like this, or what's the outcome if I believe this way. So it was perfect. And when I say soon as I push play, y'all, it was like something was released from my body. I felt it being released from my body soon as I pushed play. And I went to sleep, y'all. I had the best sleep of my life after 3 months. I slept like a baby. Y'all, you know how when you put your foot inside of a pool and it's cold, or you test the water out and it's cold, and you feel your body wake up and it's just like an instant shock? That's how I feel when I played that instrumental. It was like an instant shock to my body, but a positive one, and it was being released. I felt it being released from my body, my soul, and my mind. And from that moment on, I just wanted to speak positive. I wanted to think positive. There was no more negativity. And that's because I knew my mom was praying. I knew my sister was praying. And I'm like, if I would have told them from the beginning, I would have felt better so much longer, a long time ago. But I was afraid. And when y'all go through the major things in your life, y'all can't be afraid. You have to tell somebody. You can't just go through that on your own. You need help. It is okay to have help. It is okay to have people pray for you. And when I say people pray for you, it's the ones that you trust, the ones that you really know is going to intercede for you. Not just anybody, because you can't trust everybody's prayer. But I knew I could trust my mom and my sister. Those are the only two people that I knew at that moment that I knew would have my back. I'm not saying that nobody else wouldn't. It's just I wanted to put my trust in them because I didn't have no positivity in my body, my mind, or anything, my spirit at that moment. And I knew I could depend on them. And from that very moment on, I went to sleep, you guys. I woke up. I'm fighting my tears right now, you guys. I woke up. I felt rejuvenated. I felt free. I was walking faster. I had more energy, and I had an appetite, you guys. For 3 months, I was losing a little bit of weight, but still eating because I like eating and trying new things, and I love cooking. So for 3 months, I really wasn't eating like my normal self. But that next morning, I started eating and had an appetite, you guys. I felt so much better. My bones, they wasn't as stiff when I walked. I had energy. I wanted to do things. I wanted to go outside. I wanted to get up and do something. When we got in the car to drive, I was really eager to see if when I go over a pothole, am I going to feel something? Am I going to feel pain? And I didn't, you guys. I was completely healed. And before they even really, I can't say before they even prayed for me, because I don't know exactly when they prayed for me. They could have prayed for me right then in that moment when I told them. They could have prayed that night before going to sleep. Or like my mom, she could pray all day. So I don't know. I did not know. But before that, I had received a call from the doctor, the office that I had went to. And she said, your results are in. They're working on it. They're going to get back with you right away. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good news. And they actually called me, Truman Medical Center, and I knew, like, I did not want to answer the phone, and I did not, because I did not want to hear negative results. I did not want to hear something that, yes, you do have it, you need to come in for treatment, and da-da-da-da, you need to be on this, and da-da. I did not want to hear that. So I did not answer the phone call, and I just had faith that I will be healed. And I was, with just a few days. Within a week time, you guys, I was healed. No symptoms, no anything. The only thing that was going on with my body was my toenail, as I told y'all before, that looked like it had fungus. So I had finally went to my auntie. And my auntie, Charm Nails. I had finally went to her. I got my toes done, got my nails done, because I knew I was free. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to look better. I wanted to show my toes. And I finally got my toes done. And literally, I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, you guys, the fungus ain't going to go away. Fungus literally be there for months, sometimes years. If you ain't taking care of your toes and this, that, it was still little negative thoughts like that. But I was like, you know what? I'm healed, so let's just give it a try. Let's go get it clean. Let it get it cut. Get all the dead skin. And literally, when she cut it and cleaned everything out, the new growth was there. It just had to process more to fully grow to the actual nail length. And I was so excited. I had went to LA that same year and was excited to take off my shoes at the beach and walk in the sand and get my toes wet and walk around with sandals. It felt amazing. I felt pretty. I felt myself again. And I'm thankful, because if you got at least one person or two people in your life that you know can actually pray for you, and they intercede for you, and not just praying, but they know how to pray and know exactly what to say when they praying, you good, you straight. So I knew from that moment on, when I told them I was straight, I was okay. I was healed. I was becoming myself again, you guys. Going through that for 3 whole months by myself was tragic. It's something I would never want my worst enemy to have. Never. It's worse than COVID. It literally is worse than COVID. COVID, okay, yeah. You got all these symptoms, quarantine for 14 days, but I went through sickness for 90 days. 14 days compared to 90 days is nothing. 90 days going through that by myself without telling nobody. And if you're going through this right now, you guys, or if you just recently got healed, or if you have a loved one or a friend or anything that's going through this, and you are that type of person that actually can intercede for them, do it for them. They need your help. They need your help. And you never know, you might got somebody right next to you right now and they might be going through it. Or it might not be exactly breast cancer, but it may be some sickness in their body. So be aware, be kind-hearted, be mindful on what you do and say to people and how they feel and why are they feeling like that, because you never know what somebody is going through. And for 3 whole months, I tried my best to act normal, feel normal, do normal things, so I wouldn't show nobody that I was going through that. I wanted to be powerful by myself. But I am thankful today. I am healed today. And even today in 2022, it's almost 2023. Any little thing that I see may go on with my body, my nail, my hair, anything, my skin, inside, outside, I pray immediately at that moment. Because you never know what it might be, or what it might be leading to, or what might be going on inside. So if you got loved ones that don't want to go to the doctor, or if you got loved ones that's so hard-headed and they just stand on their own will, no, I'm good, I'm straight, pray. All you got to do is pray. All you got to do is pray and intercede for that person. And if you do that, I promise you, something is going to change. It may not completely change the way you want it to, but something is going to change. We may not know what's going on in their body, but something is going to change. Okay, so yes, the look is finished, you guys. I was a bit emotional to even record this because I was debating if I really wanted to tell everybody about my testimony with breast cancer. Did I really want people to know what I went through? I was debating, you guys, so I almost just did a Halloween look. I really almost wanted to do a Halloween look, but when my sister texted me and said, do breast cancer look, and you can talk about your scare that you had with breast cancer, I knew that was confirmation because I already wanted to do that. So when she said that, I said, bet, it's a wrap. I'm going to do it. I'm going to mix both looks, Halloween and breast cancer looks. So this is the final look, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, turn on that notification bell. And I'm coming with better content. Comment down below what more content or makeup videos or cooking videos you want to see, because I'm coming stronger this year. I'm coming powerful this year. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. And from this point on, if you listen to me right now and you hear my voice, speak positivity. I don't care if you had a bad day today. I don't care what you got to go through tomorrow. I don't care if you're at the doctor's office right now. I don't care if your kids are pissing you off, your husband, daughter, whoever pissing you off. I need you to speak positivity over your life, your family, and your friends. And honestly, go ahead and still click that notification bell, because I'm coming harder and stronger every day, y'all. And I speak life over you right now in the name of Jesus. Bye.